Hello YouTube. I am going to show you how to make your sand filter into a pond filter, and I already did it once with the beads, but now I have another one that is done with K-1 media, and it works great. So I'm going to show you what the 16-inch sand filter. It's a regular pool sand filter. There's the head to it. Here's the mesh we're going to use. What's going to happen is the K-1 we'll make it through these little holes, which the water flow comes down this way, and then it goes back up through the cylinder here. I guess this is the best way of showing you. It goes like this. Water comes down out of here, and it comes through here, and it comes back up. Where usually on a swirl filter, the water comes down, and then it goes up, and all the gunk gets caught on the way up. This way it's reverse, it's going down. The gunk is going to go down and get caught in the K-1 media. Here's the pond without any filters going on right now. So it's a little hazy because I just did a back flush and was working on these filters. So I did have, here's my old bead filter media that was in there, and all it is you know, those little plastic poly beads. Worked good, but not good enough. Seemed like I was flushing a lot more than what I should. Okay, and here's one that already has K-1 media in it. And then I have a bead filter, which is actually just a above ground pool filter. And then I have their little pump there, which is an awesome pump. It only, it's like a 1/2 horsepower, and it takes 180 watts. And then this is where the other bead filter or K-1 media filter goes, which I'm showing you right now. And then I have a swirl filter, and then I have one of those 24 volt submersible pumps down there. And then there's my skimmer, and then I'll show you the front of it. And here's the front of it. Everything's turned off right now, but there's a little water feature there, lily pads, plants, fish. Like, majority of them are small. Got a couple big ones in there. New experience for me. Okay, here are the grids that go right in here, and the water is going to go in this way and then back up out. So the pond gets pretty dirty. So I already grinded some slots through there when I had the bead material in there. Now I'm going to use a drill bit, probably a 1/8 inch, maybe a little bit more, and I'll drill holes in there just large enough where the K-1 media can't make it through. Then this screen is going to go over here, and the mesh is, I don't know, 3/8 maybe. So what's going to happen is, so when the water comes out, it's going to catch some of the larger debris, but when you back flush it, it should filter it out pretty good. Okay, and I just finished the screen. Should look something like that. What I did is I put little zip ties on it to hold it down. Once this piece, there's a little lip right here in your O-ring. What happens is when you slide it into the top of this, there's a lip right here where it's going to catch on that screen, and it'll leave no gaps. So once it's in there, so it's okay to leave it loose like that. The K-1 won't fit inside there. I drilled all the holes in these little grids, and it's a hack job. It's not pretty, but what's important is, here's the K-1 media. It doesn't fit through there, so when you look at what size I drilled it, it's going to be fine. All right, so, and then what they do is they go on the downspout tube right here, and you put 2 on, then you slide this into here like that, and what you do is you put the other grids on there, and then we're going to load the K-1 media. So this is a 2 cubic foot box, and it looks like I used a little bit more than half on the other filter. So I also have some K-2 media in the garage. But I bought 2 cubic feet for $60 on eBay. So when you think about it, these things last forever. So I'm into it for what, 35 bucks each filter. And then I paid, this is a 16-inch sand filter off of eBay. I paid somewhere around 110 bucks for that. So when you look at what kind of system I have, which is a moving bed, I guess it would be, sand filter system, and it works awesome. You only have to flush it every 2 weeks to a month, where when I was doing my bead filter, I was doing it every 2 to 3 days, which was kind of a pain in the ass to run to the back part of the lot and do a filter change, I mean a backflush. So now I'm just going to pour those K-1 in there and then put this back together and turn it on. So there are all the grids in place, then a downspout on there, and then all you do is put a cup over this, and then pour the media in there. Okay, so I'm about 2/3, almost 3/4 filled with K-1, but I also bought some K-2. I think I'm just going to put like 4 or 5 cups of K-2 in there, and that should be enough. I want enough in there where when you back flush it, changes the flow, and they'll move around with just the change in the flow. It will knock off all the crud and have enough room to like swirl and get all the particles off, but leave the beneficial bacteria still on there. So you don't want to overpack it, but then again, you don't want to underpack it, because you have a lot of water flow going through there, you know, with some pressure. You don't want it to blow right through the filter media. I need to put the top back on. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see a little bit of your screen there, and all you do is press it down, and it goes right in place. I got all hooked up on both ends. I got K-1 media filters into a pool sand filter, and then in the middle I have a bead filter, which is also a sand filter, but I have those little beads in there, those poly beads, plastic or whatever they are, but it seems to work really good. But I have to flush that one out every 3-4 days, and then those K-1s I could get away from anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. So like I just cleaned the bead filter out. It's in the green, but once it hits another 5 PSI, I'll have to flush that out. And then these go up to 10 PSI, and then I'll have to flush those out, and that usually takes, you know, 2 weeks to a month, you know, all depending on how much I feed them, really, you know. And then that's the water flow I get out of a little pump, and it's a 1/2 horsepower, 180 watts. It's crazy. It's a lot of water. This is actually a 2,500 gallon pond, or koi enclosure, whatever you want to call it, water garden. So there you have it, how to switch a sand pool filter to a K-1 filter that works awesome. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.